first-generation Canadian of Caribbean descent, raised by immigrant parents who settled on these lands. I acknowledge the ongoing contributions and teachings of Indigenous peoples. I also acknowledge the privileges I have in this space and within academia, a space where systemic racism and colonial practices have and continue to exist. May our actions today and tomorrow reflect our commitment to truth and reconciliation.
Thank you, Noel. Before we begin, we are proud to celebrate the members of the 2025 PACWEST All-Star Team from the VIU Mariners. Recipients, please join us at the scorer's table for a photo after your name is called. Our first All-Star is Emma Thornton. Our next is Mary Nichols. Our next All-Star and PACWEST Rookie of the Year, Mary Huggle. Our next All-Star and PACWEST Player of the Year, Jada Cameraman. And we also have the PACWEST Coach of the Year, Bobby Taylor. Folks, we just have one more All-Star recognition to announce, and that's for VIU Hayden Thorpe. Congratulations on your All-Star Awards and recognition. Next up, I'll ask you to please rise if you are able and remove your hat for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
It's time for the CCAA PACWEST BC Women's Provincial Final here, live from the Capilano University Squamish campus between Douglas Royals and the reigning champions VIU Mariners. My name's Corey Basso. Get set for a full day of PACWEST finals action. The men get going at 3 p.m. Langara and Capilano, the home squad in the final there. But first, we have the ladies' business to take care of first. As mentioned, VIU, the reigning champs, getting set to take on Douglas, who defeated Langara yesterday in the semifinals. Let's go through the quick tail of the tape before we get you the starting 11s. VIU almost perfect on the 2025 regular season campaign. They finished first with 31 points, 8-1-1, and their only loss came against Capilano, who isn't figuring into this tournament on the women's side. Meanwhile, Douglas finishing third with 13 points, a 3-4-5 record. VIU almost perfect, I should say, against Douglas in the regular season. 3 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. A 4-0 win, a 2-1 win, a 0-0 draw, and again a 2-1 win. So VIU almost flawless against the ladies in green. VIU beating Capilano to win the 2024 provincials last year, and they've won 4 of the last 7, 5 of the last 10. Most recently 24, obviously last year, 2022, 2018, and 2019. So VIU, plenty of titles behind their cause today. Lots of notches on their belt as far as championships. They're a real dynasty, if you will, here in the PACWEST. So Douglas have a big hurdle to overcome here. Douglas, meanwhile, they fell to Capilano in the semis last year. They last won the trophy in 2023 when Douglas pulled the double, both their men's and women's team bringing home gold in 2023. VIU, as far as recent affairs are concerned, yes, they did get the bye, so they didn't play that semifinal yesterday, but pretty good in their last 5 matches. 4 wins and 1 draw, 0 losses. So once again, almost flawless across their last 5. Douglas, meanwhile, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, including yesterday's semifinal as well in their last 5. You heard it on the crowd mic just before we opened up the broadcast here. Lots of all-stars and award plaudits going the way of the VIU Mariners, finishing first in the PACWEST BC. Mary Huggle, Mary Nichols, Emma Thornton, and Caden Thorpe all getting all-star nods. Jada Cammerman, Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, again, Mary Huggle. So a very productive year for Mary Huggle. Coach of the Year, Bobby Taylor. For Douglas, Isabel Dobbin and Ashlyn Grimm bringing home all-star nods. Their CCAA rankings heading into this one as of October 21st. VIU remain at number 4, as they have the past few weeks. Douglas remain unranked. Leading scorers heading into this one, Player of the Year, Jada Cammerman has 7 goals, but looky, so does Isabel Dobbin for Douglas. She had 7 in the regular season, and she actually added a postseason tally yesterday in the game against Langara, taking her to 8. So if you're counting postseason and regular season altogether, Isabel Dobbin is the number 1 marksman, or markswoman, I should say, in this instance. Let's get you set now for the gold medal matchup here. It's VIU versus Douglas. Let's get you the starting lineup for the reigning champs, the Mariners. In goal, number 1, Caden Thorpe. Outfield, number 3, Jada Cammerman. Number 4, Emma Thornton. Number 7, Mary Nichols. Number 9, Mary Huggle. Number 11, Maya Creed. Number 13, Courtney Ingram. Number 14, Hannah Wagner. Number 15, Erin Jensen, who brought home Athlete of the Week honors this week. Number 19, Avery Henderson. And number 22, Jade Dillabo. Meanwhile, for the Douglas Royals, in goal, number 13, Vanessa Chung. The outfield, number 4, Justina Parks, who did score yesterday. And Claver Valdez, the number 5. Number 7, Katie Buckle. Number 9, Jessica Parks. Number 10, Isabel Dobbin. All-star nods as well. Number 12, Haley Rogers. Number 13, Vanessa Chung. I already said that. In goal. Number 14, Emma Saran, who once again did score yesterday. Number 21, Lucy Baker. Number 22, Kelly Miata. And number 25, All-star Ashlyn Grimm. The head coach for the Douglas Royals is Dalibor Plavsic. Head coach for the VIU Mariners is the coach of the year as well, Bobby Taylor. We're now underway here. The VIU Mariners wearing their white tops, white socks with a little bit of Mariner blue on the lettering, on the piping, and on the trim. Also some blue shorts as well. A little bit of black in there on the detailing as well. Douglas Royals in their familiar royal green strip with a little bit of forest green, and is due to the setting here in Squamish. A lovely drive up and a lovely little bit of forestry alongside the Howe Sound. The Douglas Royals head to toe in green. They've got some silver and white piping and trim as well. Their keeper, Vanessa Chung, in head to toe yellow. VIU getting started early here in the penalty box, but the Douglas Royals forced to defend. Isabel Dobbin will clear her lines. Meanwhile, Caden Thorpe at the opposite end to our right. She is in all purple. The VIU Mariners playing from right to left on your stream. The Douglas Royals playing from left to right And it's an early free kick the way of VIU, and good to see both sets of supporters out in full force here. The Douglas Royals, as we saw yesterday, they brought everything in the kitchen sink. They had a barbecue ring. I think they brought an actual barbecue set, like Tim Taylor Tool Time style. They had the vuvuzelas, they had the tambourines, they had the flares. They actually did have a green smoke bomb yesterday, so Douglas Royals travel well. VIU, no slouches either, though. Off to my right, they've traveled very well as well. Let's see who can make the most noise here and buoy their team, perhaps, towards a provincial title. Good free kick there into the penalty box. Real chance early. Oh, it was the number 11, Maya Creed, who knotted it down. An excellent free kick there from Mary Nichols as well, and we know she can hit them from range, whether it's a shot or a cross. And Mary Nichols picked out a pinpoint bit of service there for Maya Creed. She was kind of at an acute angle. She did ever so well, though, to knot it down, though. Just steers it wide. Almost put it into the path of a fellow Mariner as well. Early shots here from the Mariners. And I know, breaking down the tail of the tape early in this one, on paper, VIU heavy favorites entering this one. But in these knockout affairs, anything can happen. And the Douglas Royals are no pushover. They brought home the title in 2023, and given the opportunity, I'm sure they'll take it home again. So I'll probably, if I had to predict something, I'm predicting that if Douglas Royals can weather this early storm and kind of play a bit of rope-a-dope and not concede a goal against a very potent Mariners attack, I think that bodes well. The longer this game goes on without a goal, I think that's just the way the Douglas Royals will want it. Good defense there. Kelly Miata will scoop up the pieces, play it forward. They're also going to rely heavily on their front two, are the Royals, and what a front two they have. Isabel Dobbin, currently the leading scorer and tied for the Golden Boot after the regular season. She scored yesterday as well. And Anna Claver-Valdez. So they'll need a lot from their forwards here. They might not get a ton of opportunities. They might only get half chances, but they might have to take them at this stage of the game. Ashlyn Grimm plays it forward for Dobbin, just out of her reach. You also wonder what that semifinal will do for the legs of Douglas, because I didn't say it when I announced the 11, but they've gone back to the exact same 11 that started yesterday against the Langara Falcons in their semifinal win, which, yes, went all the way to penalty kicks. So they might be a dash leggy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some substitutions maybe earlier than anticipated, just to give the ladies out there some refreshments. These Douglas Royal ladies have run their hearts out the last day and a half, so we'll see how long they can last. VIU have brought home the title, like I said in that pre-match build-up. 4 of the last 7 seasons, 5 of the last 10. Isabel Dobbin wins a free kick there. I didn't see a lot in that one, but I'm sure the number 10 in green won't complain a lot. It's a real chance here from Douglas, and much like Capilano yesterday in the men's semifinal, they may have to take their chances on set piece, because if we're going off the run to play on the regular season, these VIU Mariners they're almost untouchable at stages of the season. So perhaps the bye maybe does Douglas a bit of favors. Maybe it lets the Mariners lose their rhythm ever so slightly, and being buoyed by a big semifinal victory yesterday, maybe it pushes the Royals over the top. Early free kick here, though, for the ladies in green. Everybody's in the box except for Claver-Valdez and Emma Saran. It's a right footer, stood up to the back post. Caden Thorpe flapped at it. Did it come off a hand? Isabel Dobbin got the left-footed shot away, and then she was kind of fighting her corner there for a little while. Good chance there for Douglas, and very uncharacteristic of Thorpe to let that ball slip between her mitts. The Douglas Royals need to keep going here. They need to put the pedal to the metal if they're going to stand a chance against these Mariners. Plethora of awards and plaudits for the Mariners heading into this one. Coach of the Year, Bobby Taylor, I believe for the 2nd year running now. This is just, broadcaster's choice here. I'm just trying to create a bit of discussion and delight, but I might have gone Alvin Prasad from the Langara Falcons, who they had made the playoffs since 2017, and he took them from rock bottom last year to 2nd place and almost a couple penalty kicks away from the finals. While VIU they have shown their pedigree through years past. I don't know that they could have maybe turned around a Falcon squad quite like Alvin Prasad. So Coach of the Year I might have a bit of debate about, but I certainly won't question the Rookie of the Year, Mary Huggle, or the Player of the Year and leading scorer through the campaign, Jada Kammerman. Once again, just broadcaster creating discussion here. Don't get upset, people. Any Mariners fans out there? Any Bobby Taylor fans out there? if you're coming down to the park here at Capilano Squamish. A little bit neater than yesterday. Yesterday was almost a Jumanji-like monsoon. It was coming down sideways. It was sleeting. It was doing all sorts of weird things that I've never seen weather do before. Windy as well. But today, even the drive up a little bit more pleasant, and it stayed dry here. A little bit less soggy. But definitely do bring your bubble coat, wear your longy johnnies, and double socket for sure. Bring some good thermals with you because it is still brisk. But just a little less wet than yesterday, that's for sure. Jade Dillabo now on the left channel. Can she get past one? She does. Gets past two. It's a good backtracking run by Kelly Miata to pop it out to touch. It will be a corner kick, though. Good run there by Jade Dillabo, and that's kind of her bread and butter. She loves that left channel, and she loves taking on players. She can score a goal, though, Jade Dillabo. She's got 2 on the campaign. She wins a corner kick for her club there. Less than 8 minutes in, and the Mariners looking to return serve after Douglas had a wee half chance just moments ago. Douglas Royals crowd in full support as you hear them pounding on the cowbell and hollering for defense. Ball cut across the area. Could there be a shot here? It falls for Nichols, does it? Number 19, I think it's Avery Henderson, leans over one. My goodness me, she blasted that from probably about 8 yards out. And it was always rising. It flies over Vanessa Chung's bar, and that's a real chance there for the Mariners after it pinballed around the area, and the Royals just couldn't clear their lines. Even the doggies are wearing the raincoats up here. I think I saw a dog in a bubble coat and one of those, Canadian bacon hats earlier. Those flappy lumberjack hats with the furry flaps. I think Jade Dillabo just took a hand to the mush. She's clutching her jaw at the moment. She looks to be okay, though. The Douglas Royals will play it forward. They're sitting awfully deep at the moment. Every player behind the ball. Good defense there by Buckle in the Royals' defense. It's going to be a full shift here today for the Royals, for sure, defensively. They're going to have to be on their best behavior. Big Erin Jensen, number 15, Athlete of the Week honors. She's hanging off the last shoulder of Haley Rogers. That's going to be a real duel. Jessica Parks now. Claver Valdez almost in the clear. That was an inch-perfect pass just about from Parks there to try and release Claver Valdez right up Main Street. And the Douglas Royals men have actually showed up today to show a bit of support for the ladies club here today. Of course, they got bounced in the semifinals yesterday against all odds by Capilano, the home squad. So unfortunately, they won't be in their 3rd straight finals appearance, will the Falcons. But they'll come by and lend their eyes to this one and support their fellow ladies in green. Just watching Matteo Falcone come into the contest now. It was a tough night last night for Falcone. He scored an absolutely remarkable goal from the free kick in the first half, but missed a PK at the death that ended up costing his club. And that's kind of the way PKs go. Nobody wants to really take them because even the best players can miss them. But Matteo Falcone, certainly player of the year for Douglas, just down below us. The ladies, though, have won a corner kick. It'll be Ashlyn Grimm, and she'll get a chance to show off that left boot of hers, which is it's a healthy and a skilled one. It's created many chances for the Royals this campaign, including yesterday. Ashlyn Grimm was bang on with a lot of her service. She's going to have another chance to see if she can conjure something up here. Near post, whipped in. It had some bend on it. It's headed clear, but I think it was Mary Nichols. It's bobbling around the area and then hooked back in by Jessica Parks with the outside of her right boot. Cleared again, only as far as Claver Valdez, who, with Jay Dillabo breathing right down her kitchen, goes all the way back, but now it's been picked off, and here comes Dillabo and the potent Mariners counterattack. It was Courtney Ingram who received the ball there, but her touch was just a dash heavy, and she was charged down by, I think it was Lucy Baker who threw in that tackle. Ball over the top for Isabel Dobbin. It looks like it's onside. The flag has stayed down. All the VIU Mariners had their hand up there. Dobbin, though, can't get the cross away. She swung at it and didn't make contact. There'll be a goal kick the way of the Mariners. Just over 10 minutes in. We're 0-0 here, and only one real chance to speak of as Avery Henderson smashed at an effort just inside the 18-yard box. Just wonder if the Douglas Royals might have stayed up in Squamish for the evening. Otherwise, that is some extreme support from the men's club, as you would assume. I mean, Squamish is a bit of a drive, but it's not exactly globe-trotting. I know the Langara men and the Langara club made their way back yesterday, so you just wonder if maybe Douglas, the entire program, stayed up in Squamish for the weekend here, just to show a bit of solidarity. And if not, then bravo for the men's team for driving all the way up to support the ladies. That's class. That's what you like to see within organizations. A little synergy, a little cohesive energy, a little teamwork. Good dribble here by Emma Thornton. All-star nods. She went for a shot there, and it hooped right up in the air on the deflection. Almost landed favorably for Wagner. Beg your pardon, it was actually Jensen it almost fell for. And now the Royals get a chance to break. Here's Isabel Dobbin with a little shimmy and a shake. She sends her defender for a bit of a roll and spreads it wide right for Katie Buckle. She went for a shot come cross that just didn't stay in play. It hits the side netting, side bar, and bounces back out. No harm, no foul there for the VIU Mariners. I'm impressed by Douglas, though, for a club who played 90 minutes plus extra time plus PKs. They look like they got some legs behind them. Can they keep it going for 90 minutes? You do wonder, but so far so good for the ladies in green. Of course, the late match in this championship doubleheader here today, CCAA PACWEST BC style. The reigning champs, Langara Falcons, first place in the regular season. They take on the home club, Capilano Blues, who needed extra time and PKs as well yesterday in the semifinals to roll over the Douglas Royals, and that'll be a lively encounter as well. Always good to see all clubs represented here. That's a healthy foul, a beefy challenge there on the far left side from Ashlyn Grimm. She wipes out, I think it was Mary Nichols there who got clobbered. Might have actually been Mary Huggle. Nonetheless, it's a free kick the way of VIU. They've got some distance to clear here, but Mary Nichols, if anyone can do it, she'll put on the moon boots here and launch this one into the area, I'm sure. Right-footed. Oh, good pace, good swerve. Fantastic ball there, headed down. Just trying to catch the number of the player who rose highest for that one. The ponytailed defender, it looks like, who's now making her paces back towards the center line. It was Maya Creed in the end who got on the end of that Mary Nickel header, or free kick, I should say. And she was only able to glance it wide, but good effort there from the number 11 in white. Back to what I was saying before that opportunity there for VIU. It's good to see all the clubs represented here today. VIU and Douglas on the ladies' side, as well as Langara and Capilano on the men's side. So everybody's got a stake in this PACWEST BC, whether on the women's or the men's side. And you like to see a little bit of competitive bite. Ooh, and speaking of competitive bite, Jade Dillabo gets rocked there by Buckle, and Douglas have a chance to get forward. Claver Valdez, she's on her bike now. She's going to take on Emma Thornton for a dribble. This is going to be a battle between the two speed demons. Maya Creed eventually cuts across, but she can't take it off Claver Valdez. I think Claver Valdez thought she'd won a corner. She shielded it out like as if she hadn't taken the last touch, but the referee saw it the other way. The referee was probably a good 40 yards away, and some of the Douglas players are letting him know what for after that decision. Unfortunate there for Claver Valdez after a good spell of play between her and Katie Buckle. 16 minutes in, still 0-0, and really only one chance to speak of. There's been a couple glanced headers inside the box for the Mariners, but Avery Henderson had the best chance from probably about 8 yards out when she lashed at a bobbling ball in the penalty box, and all she could do was raise it over the bar. Douglas have looked good here today for a team that's, let's be honest here, way below VIU as far as the point standings. Here's Jada Cameraman, Player of the Year. She shoots and she scores. My goodness, she made that look easy. Just as I was trumpeting Douglas's praise for having kept it as tight as it was early in this one, Cameraman just put her head down and willed that goal into fruition. She cruises past 3 green shirts before unleashing a tidy little low hard shot into the right portion of Vanessa Chung's net. And the VIU Mariners take an early lead here. It's the Player of the Year, Jada Cameraman. And the Royals can't let this get one too far out of reach here early in this first half. If they can keep it to a one-goal game, or dare I say even snatch an equalizer here heading potentially into the halftime locker room, I think that does them a world of favors. The last thing they want to do is fall behind a couple goals to this VIU squad, who, I don't know if you've seen some of their score lines over the course of the regular season, but when they smell blood, they pounce, and they're ruthless, and they show no mercy. I think there was a couple score lines of 5-0, 4-0. I think they thumped Douglas 4-0 earlier in the campaign. They did. Yeah, their first meeting of the season, VIU had their way with Douglas 4-0. And I can't imagine Douglas want a repeat of that here in the finals. I think we might see a substitution. Oh, no, I thought we were going to see a substitution here, but the far right winger, I think it's Mary Huggle perhaps, is just really hugging that touchline. No, I beg your pardon. It's actually Jada Cameraman who was just right along that touchline right in front of her own bench. And that's impressive if that's where she started her run. I didn't get to see exactly where she received the ball there, but she covered quite a bit of distance on that run, and it was a slaloming run, much like Jay Dillabos right here, who's made herself active in that left channel. She tried to slide in a low, hard cross, but it was a little bit too central right inside the 6-yard box, and Vanessa Chung had an easy clutch claim and pickup. She's bowled it out, though, to Haley Rogers, and I don't think Rogers was quite ready for it. Parks, one of 2 Parks on the park today. A lot of Parks going on. Justina Parks scored yesterday in the semifinals. The number 9, Jessica Parks, here on the right-hand side. Isabel Dobbin. A little bit of a cynical tackle there. So she, I think, just clipped the heels of, was it Mary Huggle? No, it wasn't. Might have been Maya Creed, actually. Got wiped out on that far side. Mary Nichols will come over to take the ball and the free kick as well. Long way to travel for the VIU Mariners, coming all the way from Nanaimo on the northern part of the island. They were here yesterday as well while we were doing the broadcast. They were in full bubble coat, full force, just watching to see who their potential opponents might be, do a bit of scouting, do a bit of tactical work, see what they can garner from the match that they had in front of them. And obviously they've scouted the Douglas Royals just right as they hold the 1-0 lead. If you're just joining us, it's Player of the Year. Who else? Jada Cameraman with the early goal for the ladies in white from the island. That's a clean tackle for me. Katie Buckle just poked the ball through the legs of the number 13 there. Courtney Ingram tried to play it forward for Jessica Parks and Anna Claver Valdez to create something, but it was poked away by Maya Creed. Miata now. She puts in a cross into the chest of Dobbin. Took a deflection off Nichols, and it'll be a corner kick for the way of the Douglas Royals, the 2023 PACWEST winners. So it's been a couple years since they've brought home the trophy, Douglas, but how sweet it would be if they could turn over these Mariners. Be a left-footed in-swinger from Ashlyn Grimm. It's right in the 6-yard box. Is it in? Miata has a swipe at it. Everybody's there. Nobody can pop it home. Parks had a poke at it, and somehow there must have been 11 shirts on the goal line there to clear that one. A real chance. Oh, and Caden Thorpe has dropped a couple today, and that could have really cost the VIU Mariners. Real chance there from Douglas, and VIU aren't out of the woods by a long shot. Pinball inside the box, and that might just be the way home from Douglas. Just send whatever you can into the penalty box. Hope for some bobbles. Hope for some drops. And Caden Thorpe, very steady, almost perfect on the regular season from a goalkeeper standpoint. She brought home Athlete of the Week honors as well during the course of the season. She's dropped a couple here today, and they were fairly unforced errors. It's not like she had anybody right in her kitchen. And that might be something that the Douglas Royals can exploit. Ashlyn Grimm is dragged back from behind, and it'll be a free kick the way of the Royals, who they're not going away just yet. And now the rain is really starting to come down here in Squamish. As mentioned, it's a perfect kind of fall day. It's still got the red and the oranges and the beiges and the yellows on the leaves, but It's also transitioning into winter, so you get that thick, gray, heavy fog and clouds and the rain and the smog and the haze. You also get some sunshine peeking out over the house sound every now and again, so you get all 4 seasons on the way up through the Sea to Sky corridor. And the Douglas Royals and the VIU Mariners, they're not concerned about the meteorologist report. They're concerned about what's going on at pitch level, and right now we just have a little bit of a holdup as Ashlyn Grimm's trying to suss out where she's going to deliver this free kick. Oh, and Grimm mishits it. Very uncharacteristic from Grimm, who usually has the ball on a string. This time she just hits it low and hard instead of high and hard, which is what she wanted to do for her attacking players. Isabel Dobbin helps it on. Emma Saran beat to it by Avery Henderson, and it's a good intervention by Henderson as the ball was setting up for a nice little half volley for Saran if she wanted it. Now Jada Cameraman gets clipped from behind. It's a cynical foul from Ashlyn Grimm, who's actually going to get a talking to from the referee. It's going to be a duel today between Cameraman and Grimm, and Grimm's not the type of competitor that's just going to lay down. If she gets beat, maybe that old Italian saying, the ball may pass, but you will not. And yes, it is cynical, but sometimes the ends justify the means. And right now, I think Ashlyn Grimm is playing with that mantra in mind. Dillabo cruises inside, plays it into the path of Ingram, I beg your pardon. Now Cameraman has the ball. She's trying to cut it across the goal. My goodness, every time Cameraman gets the ball, something positive happens for the Mariners. This time, she just clipped it to the outside of her defender before smashing in a low, hard cross almost on the diagonal. And though a player wasn't arriving late at the back post, it almost nestled in itself, probably a ball's width away from nicking off Vanessa Chung's right post there. A good bit of skill again from Cameraman, who looks like if anybody's going to pull the strings here today for VIU, it's probably been her and Dillabo who have been the most active. Miata over the head of Parks, but it forces Hannah Wagner into a clearance. And the Royals will get the throw-in just by the Capilano University tent here on their Squamish campus just down below us. So a bit of a visual obstruction. My goodness, Isabel Dobbin just clobbers her defender. No mercy there, and she's actually won the corner kick. The VIU defenders are incredulous. They can't believe that wasn't called as a foul, but Dobbin is taking no prisoner. She had a couple beefy tackles yesterday in the game against Langara as well, so you don't get to be top of the scoring charts by being polite, that's for certain. She now makes her way into the 6-yard box, and I believe this will be an Ashlyn Grimm left-footed in-swinger. Can she hit this one a bit better than the last? She does. It's palmed away by Thorpe, only as far as Miata. She can't uncork a shot, though. Claver Valdez is more or less the last woman back, and she has to unwrestle Dillabo, but she can't. Dillabo's come away with it. It's good backtracking, though, by the Royals, though, who swarmed the number 22. Miata plays it right up the park immediately. That was another little half chance. And you know what? The Douglas Royals, if they keep pounding balls into the 6-yard box, they might get a goal that way, because Caden Thorpe has not looked convincing so far. I'm sorry to say that, as, an all-star and probably the best keeper in the league through the course of the regular season. But she looks like there's goals here today. She does look like there's goals here today for the Royals if they put their best foot forward. About 20 minutes to go in the half here. Dillabo. Played into touch by Wagner there, who has 2 goals as a defender this year, which is quite an impressive tally, of course, across 12 games, I beg your pardon, especially at this level where, let's be honest here, defenders don't get a ton of goals. So tip of the cap there to Hannah Wagner. Miata now has the ball. The rain not as bad as yesterday. It's not pounding down and it's not coming sideways onto the pitch or onto the broadcast tent, so it's a little bit more pleasant than yesterday. It's a little bit less cold as well, so if you're coming down from the Whistler Pemberton area or making your way up from the city. A little bit less torrential than Saturday, October 25th, that's for sure. Headed clear by Wagner. Again, she's been very busy in the last couple minutes or so. Into the path of Erin Jensen, who's dropped extremely deep to get on that one. She's more or less been hanging off the last line of the Douglas defense. She's come 50 yards back towards our own goal line just to get a touch there. As Douglas have done a good job here. You know, I expected this to be a lot more one-sided, if I'm being honest. That's of no disrespect to Douglas, but with the caliber of VIU and just the minutes that the Royals logged yesterday, I thought this might be, you know, let's defend for 90 minutes and see if we can grind out a 0-0. But Douglas have come to play today, and you tip your cap to the Royals for that. Certainly buoyed by their support as well. All season long, whether it's been in Langley or at their home pitch or on the island or even here up in Squamish. They travel so well, and they're a noisy bunch. They're a proper bit of soccer support. Vanessa Chung flaps at it. The ball is just bouncing around the 6-yard box. I thought it was going to nestle into the side meshing there, but Isabel Dobbin, playing as a makeshift sweeper, was just able to guide that one out. And, ooh, Vanessa Chung might want to consider herself lucky after that attempted intervention. She might think twice next time before coming off her line, because she was not close to that one by any stretch of the imagination. She was swatting for butterflies there. Cameraman pops it past her defender. Can Jensen get it across? She does, but it's cut down by Grimm. She can't keep it in play, though. It will be a corner kick on that far right-hand side with the beautiful mountains and the snow caps there. And no, I'm not talking about the really good popsicle treat from when you were a kid. The snow caps, the mountains in the background with a little bit of haze. A perfect backdrop there. Of course, this all used to be forest, but ever since Capilano University Squamish campus has gone up, it's provided a nice little lookout point here for the residents and the dormitories and the teachers alike. Ball into the area, near post, headed down by Dobbin. She clears the box. Well done there by Dobbin. Only gets it as far as Courtney Ingram, who is now dispossessed. And this must be a break on net for Justina Parks. She's 1-on-1 if Parks can keep going. Jade Dillabo is just going to get in front of her, though. Parks keeps the ball. And Justina Parks there just got outpaced by Jade Dillabo, and that's a robust tackle by Miata, who cleans out, I believe it was Henderson. And Jade Dillabo's in some discomfort right now. Yeah, Dillabo and Justina Parks just had a bit of an awkward coming together there. Parks looked like she was clearing away to the races, but Jade Dillabo just put her head down and kicked it into 6th gear, though. It was a great backtracking run just to get in front of Parks. She didn't cleanly dispossess Parks, though, and there was still a bit of a battle going on, and I think maybe Dillabo just came up on the short side as far as the contact there. Yeah, Dillabo looks a little bit tender there. It was a meaty challenge from Miata after that. I'm not sure who she cleaned out. It might have been Avery Henderson, but yeah, Miata took everything in the kitchen sink on the subsequent tackle. They're good to see, though, Dillabo's okay, and good effort there from Justina Parks, who, as mentioned, sometimes you got to do everything you can to get the advantage there. I thought she had held the ball up just enough, Parks, to wait for some support. But it was just snuffed out by a very, very, very good backtracking run. And now it is coming down in buckets here at Squamish. And Isabel Dobbin cleans out her player. The referee's going to bring that one back, and that'll be a yellow card. And Dobbin's put herself about quite a bit here today. And I said it yesterday. She's not afraid to go into a tackle and show the defender what she's made of. And that time, I think it was Maya Creed who was on the receiving end of that beat down. But Isabel Dobbin, she plays a physical style of striker. And that was no different. It'll be a free kick for VIU just inside the Douglas half. It'll be Mary Nichols to take it. She's got the right thigh taped up, and she's pretty much been the service master all season long. She's scored some long-range free kick goals as well. One of the more impressive free kick takers as far as the PACWEST women's division is concerned. I think that was the number 15, Jensen, who got clobbered there. And there's another tackle that goes the way of the Douglas Royals. If they can play a physical brand of stalker, this might just work for them. If they can keep themselves out of the red card book, that is. But at the moment, they're bullying VIU. And VIU, while look like they have the better of them as far as playing the ball on the deck, they don't look like they're able to deal with this physical play at the moment. And if Douglas can keep it up, that might be the way home. You know, whip balls into the 6-yard box to flummox the keeper, Caden Thorpe, and just having a bash. Sometimes if you can't outskill people, you can outwork them, and that's what the Royals are doing at the moment here. Still trailing 1-0, though, as Player of the Year Jada Cameraman and her lone marker are the difference in this PACWEST provincial gold medal game here live from the Capilano University Squamish campus. CCAA style as well. Haley Rogers tried to open up her body and lift it over Erin Jensen, but it crashed off the shins of the Nanaimo native. Fortunately for Rogers, Vanessa Chung eventually gets the ball back, and she'll play it out to her left for Ashlyn Grimm and now Lucy Baker. Clip ball into the middle of the park for Claver Valdez. She takes a very clever touch to her right and rolls her defender. She needs a bit of help there. She gets it in the form of Jessica Parks. First time ball for Miata, but it was behind Miata. Good idea there from Parks. But Miata was kind of busting a gut forward to try and be her overlap, and Parks played it a bit behind her. Ooh, that's a good tackle again, and Emma Thornton gets sent to the turf. And right now, Douglas, you know what? I don't mind this at all from the Royals. If you can't fight fire with fire, you might have to find a different way to skin the cat, as they say, but that's a costly giveaway. And Jada Cameraman's got to the outside of Ashlyn Grimm. Can she get the shot away? She does! Jada Cameraman punishes the Douglas Royals on an unforced pass and unforced error. Anytime number 3 gets the ball, it is serious danger for the Royals. And right now their defense have no answers, and if they can't get a goal before the end of the half here, it might be a long second 45 for the Douglas Royals, and that's so unfortunate. I was really appreciating what the Royals were doing there. They were playing their brand of football, and it was getting the better of the Mariners, but just one misplaced pass, and with the amount of space in the lanes open to the disposal of Cameraman, she's not going to make a mistake there, and her finishing is clinical. Anytime she gets inside the 18-yard box, she still had work to do there. She had to pick the ball out of her feet, and she side foots it cleanly past Vanessa Chung. And the Royals need to get something here. They need to get something here to buoy their spirits heading into the halftime locker room, because it hasn't been as one-sided as the scoreline shows. I promise you it hasn't. And I know I sound like I'm a Douglas Royals supporter here, but I've been really impressed with the way they've approached this one. Like I said, after having played 90-plus yesterday and against by far and away the best team in the league this year, I beg your pardon. Cameraman's going to get the ball, and Lucy Baker's on her like a cheap suit and probably won't let her get out of her range if she can at all help it. Cameraman gets it past Baker, but all she can do is poke it out past the goal line. It'll be a goal kick the way of Vanessa Chung. Of course, the men's match coming up at 3 o'clock. The reigning champs, Langara Falcons, take on the home squad, Capilano University, as they defied the odds yesterday to take down the Douglas Royals in penalty kicks after a late Sebastian Soroto equalizer. Thornton dispossessed by Buckle. Buckle wriggles away from her tackle and plays it into the path of Parks. Parks now. Can she keep it going? She tried to play it forward for the other Parks, Justina Parks, but it was cut out in the middle of the park by the number 13, Courtney Ingram. So Jada Cameraman, with her 2 goals here today, has reestablished her lead of the Golden Boot across the season. Isabel Dobbin had 8 goals between regular season and postseason. And now Jada Cameraman has got 2, she's got 9. So if Isabel Dobbin wants to play a bit of a game of horse here with cameraman, she can. She needs another goal, though, to tie it up. Yeah, it's really starting to pour here in Squamish. Good play here by Buckle. I've been very pleased with her play as well today. She's been shrugging off tackles. She's been involved in everything positive. She's done a lot of kind of thankless boiler room work with some ball winning and doing the gritty stuff in the middle of the park. She just needs a bit of help from her wingers now to get the ball into the area. Anytime Douglas have gotten a corner kick here today, it's been something they can hang their hat on. We're going to see a substitution here, and it's going to be for Douglas. I'm not sure who the player is coming off. Is it Miata? No, it's actually Jessica Parks on the far side. Hopefully we can get a quick look at the number here as this player comes onto the park. It is number 15, Chiara Lucarelli, who set up the second goal yesterday for Douglas in the 3-3 draw during regulation before they took it in penalty kick. So Chiara Lucarelli has shown she can make the difference off the bench. Can she help her teammates here? And she's going to get an early chance. She's been put in by Isabel Dobbin, cuts it across the area, ever so close to Justina Parks, who flashed across the 6-yard box. Positive stuff there from Dobbin and Lucarelli as Douglas are showing they're not ready to go off into the sunset just yet. And when I say sunset, I mean gray, gloomy, awful mountain weather. Yes, not sunset. Not sunset by any stretch of the imagination. But Douglas, they didn't come all the way out here just to make up the numbers, that's for certain. Kelly Miata will have this corner kick. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. And if they can crash this one into the 6-yard box and cause some havoc, they might be able to get themselves on the score sheet. They do it. It's near post. It's helped on by Parks, but it comes off the chest of, I believe it was Thornton. It's cleared. Dillabo, though, has rolled Claver Valdez and might actually have a charge on net here. Still going Dillabo. Claver Valdez tries to take her down. She slipped on the turf. Dillabo still going, asking for the run of, I believe it's Mary Huggle, but she was just boxed out by 2 or 3 green shirts there. Good play there by Dillabo, though, who just took it and surged forward to try and relieve a bit of the pressure on the Mariner defense. Nichols, 10-yarder on the deck for Jensen. She opens up her body and lifts it into the path of Cameraman on the far right touchline. Cameraman's by the right corner flag. She's taking on Emma Saran. She gets to the outside, puts in a cross. It's a frozen rope of a shot at the near post, actually. Vanessa Chung was right there hugging the steel and was able to just pick it out of the air. She'll wait for the Douglas Royals to get up the park before she releases her goal kick. Emma Thornton lets that one get out of her range. Hannah Wagner loses out. Chiara Lucarelli has it in the middle of the park for Parks. Claver Valdez now along the right touchline. Parks makes a gut-busting run forward. She actually tried to ping it into the path of Isabel Dobbin, which, man, that would have been a hard ball to control, but it came off the backside of Maya Creed and holds up. About 5 minutes to go here, plus a bit of stoppage before both squads will get a break here and perhaps a chance to warm up. It is absolutely pounding down wet stuff from the heavens above here. It's calling for a bit of snow and sleet as well, but I just don't see it. It looks like it's going to be rain from here on out. I actually wouldn't mind a bit of snow if I'm being honest. Just to spare my poor raincoat. I think I was soaked through 4 layers yesterday. It was not pleasant. And yes, I actually did take a roll down a hill. We're kind of on the top of a bit of a hill here, back against the recreation center at the Capilano Squamish campus here. And it just ever so slightly looks over the pitch, but it's a thick patch of grass, and it is slick, man, let me tell you. And yesterday wearing khakis was not the best choice because I went for a wee bit of a slide, a wee bit of a tumble. And yeah, it looked like I'd been in a mud bath after that. Lucarelli tried to play it in for Emma Sarin. And Sarin, I think, was just waiting for it to her feet, but Lucarelli tried to feather a little through ball in, and they just crossed their wires there. About 4 minutes to go plus stoppage time here. Halftime beckoning in this PACWEST Women's Provincial Final. And now Claver Valdez, who almost started as a winger here today, she's playing upright out front, and they're using Isabel Dobbin as not a false 9, but almost a 10 or a support striker to try and release her, and we'll see what that does. Usually Dobbin's the furthest forward as far as the attacking players. Jada Cameraman has it on the right-hand side. She's going to poke it towards the area. It comes off the right boot of Grimm, dealt with by Rogers, only as far as Cameraman, though, just outside the box. Ooh, dispossessed there. Claver Valdez has some space to run into, but she doesn't have a ton of options. She's going to have to take on 2 or 3 white shirts. She's taking it to the almost to the corner flag. She wins a deep throw, and good work there by the number 5 for Douglas. Claver Valdez, the Langley, BC native in her 3rd year. The Douglas Royals trying to needle their squad on to get a late goal here in this first half. Dobbin bobbles inside the penalty box. Good job there by, I believe it was Hannah Wagner, not to concede the corner kick. It will be a deep throw in, though. Kelly Miata over to take just beyond the Capilano University tent, and a sea of big golf umbrellas here. You can't blame the supporters there. They got to stay dry as well, and unfortunately, there's only so many tents to go around here. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tents here today, and it still is not enough. That's how wet it is up here in Squamish. Also, if you're coming up, do pay for parking. We almost got dinged yesterday, and it almost became a wee bit of a saga, a bit of a controversy amongst the traveling support. Nobody wants to get dinged with a parking ticket while you're watching some footy. It's actually not a bad deal. I think it's $5 for the day, which, if you're comparing that to Vancouver rates, I think $5 usually gets you like a minute and a half. So we'll take that. Less than a minute to go here, plus stoppage. Halftime just around the corner here at Capilano U Squamish campus. Buckle pressed by Courtney Ingram there, who's been lively in the middle of the park. Ingram, she's taken a bit of a walloping too, but she keeps on ticking, so kudos to the number 13 in white there. Long ball launched forward there, optimistic. It would have been a tough ask for Emma Saran to try and get on the end of that one. One minute of added time here in this first half, and I have to say that's probably accurate because I don't think they've had any stoppages here in this first half. It's been a pretty steady pace of play here, and you like to see that. Especially after yesterday where every game went to extra time and penalty kicks. I think I called another extra game's worth of soccer between the two, so give the pipes a little bit of a rest, speed up the play a little bit, shave a little bit of time off the contest. Give the broadcaster a little bit of a break too. I know I sound like a big baby compared down to the Warriors at pitch level here who are slugging it out in the rain. Maya Creed now. Majority of the squad of the Mariners from Nanaimo or the north part of the island. You have a couple out-of-province players. You also have an American on the squad as well, Hannah Wagner, the number 14. And that will be the halftime whistle. VIU out to a convincing lead. But if you're looking at the run of play, it hasn't all been VIU. Douglas have had their chances, and I think that 2-0 scoreline is a little flattering for the Mariners. If it wasn't for the contributions of Jada Cameraman, I think it's probably 0-0. So the Douglas Royals can't just hang their head just yet. They got to lift up that chin. Another 45 to play here, and I think goals can be in it for the Royals. They've shown they can create some chances and really create problems for Caden Thorpe. It's just a matter of getting the ball in the back of the net. This is the PACWEST Provincial Women's Soccer Championship live from Capilano University up in Squamish. The score, VIU Mariners, the reigning champs, 2. The Douglas Royals, 0. We'll come back with more action after halftime.
Because I'm walking in front of the cameras. I might be right about there. You might see the top of me. Maybe. In the umbrella. Clear umbrella. It might be above me. think so, but I think but nothing's coming through here. These are noise canceling and like nice. I'm having a hard time using the AirPods. I bought these specifically for this purpose. Dude, it must be, yeah. But I know like my Unity causes like a phone call rather than like. Yeah, when I connected these, they just pop up as a call and I suppose you have to launch it. Oh. Yeah, maybe it's in the Unity one.
Yeah, we look out towards cheese but I think Sky Pilot kind of for the last year. Hey, get a chance to go up and just apparently they're playing what they've done. I don't know if you remember this. Big window in the front end. Where they kind of covered it off with a little place on top of it. Kind of hole in the roof and put like a deck up. So last time I was there, I took a picture of it. He said, hey, can you take another picture of that? So all of you get in there and want me to knock on the door? It was funny, but I think he was like the rocker already because he did all that rocker. Somebody's grandma said, hey, Nadia, when you died, you still have contact with her. And a couple of years after he died, after she died, we walked up to a place in the village and a lady popped up and said, can I help you? And she's like, oh, we're, probably don't know, but we're Elizabeth Stalker. I said, I know her. So we went over and, she's everyone in the village was sat around her. And they said, oh, she's really a good brother, wasn't she? And they were like, yeah. So we trained them as a memory of her. Oh, wow. So, yeah. So they were like, friendly and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's weird because you're like looking at something incredibly familiar, but also are people going to go, oh, you know, they're so throughout, it looked like my dad It's so weird. It's so annoying. We got a metal roof now, so it makes up a big yard where it's really very secure. Like people masters and they definitely done it for 3 years. So you can just click on whatever the restaurant and go, oh, it's done that. Like, go back and
Hey, when I go to like push the clock, but now you really need the button. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's in my car.
Yeah, all the guys who start off like each one from the specific one Victorian people put back in. So yeah, it's really nice that you see it and you get to
The second half is underway now at the PACWEST CCAA Provincial Women's Championship Final here. Up at the Capilano University in Squamish, the reigning champs, the VIU Mariners, in full control, 2-0 over the Douglas Royals. Of course, VIU finishing first in the regular season with 31 points, 8-1-1. Meanwhile, Douglas third with 13 points, 3-4-5. VIU went undefeated in the regular season, 3 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. And of course, VIU reigning champions, and they're undefeated in their last 5 matches as well, going back to regular season play. 4 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. Douglas, meanwhile, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Both clubs boasting Golden Boot winners. Jada Cameraman and Isabel Dobbin finished the regular season tied with 7 goals, and Dobbin got her goal yesterday in the semifinals to take her to 8, but Cameraman's had 2, both for the Mariners, to take her to 9. So she's currently leading the charge as far as, player stats and scoring goals. Plenty of all-stars and awards before this one. Mary Huggle, Mary Nichols, Emma Thornton, and Caden Thorpe named VIU all-stars. And it was an all-VIU cast when it came to the awards at the end of the season. Player of the Year, Jada Cameraman. Rookie of the Year, Mary Huggle. Coach of the Year, Bobby Taylor. But Douglas had a couple all-stars as well. Isabel Dobbin and Ashlyn Grimm bringing home plaudits as far as all-star CCAA PACWEST is concerned. Douglas in their all-green strip with a little bit of forest green piping. They've also got some silver and white lettering and detailing as well. They're playing from right to left on your stream. Their goalkeeper, Vanessa Chung, is in all yellow. The VIU Mariners, meanwhile, they're in all white. They've got blue shorts, blue lettering, white socks, and a little bit of black detailing and trim. They're playing from left to right on your stream. Their keeper, Caden Thorpe, is in all purple. Saw a yellow card brandished there for a beefy challenge inside the penalty box. I think it was... I want to say Emma Saran, possibly. Might have been Kelly Miata as well. I'm just waiting to see the player. Some of the Douglas fans. It was actually Katie Buckle who got walloped there, and she's a tough customer, so if she's down on the ground, it must be serious. Some of the Douglas support just beside me happen to have the stream up and going, and they're hollering at the ref to watch the replay there, so it kind of escaped my viewpoint as I was just going through the tail of the tape there, but maybe worth another watch there. I don't have the benefit of the replay here. I don't have a monitor with me. I know we do have replays on the broadcast, but we'll have to see what actually went down there, and nonetheless, a yellow card will be brandished to the number 15, Aaron Jensen. That'll be the first card of the matchup. And Katie Buckle just forced off after she had to undergo some treatment there, but she will be allowed back in here shortly. In the meantime, Douglas will play with a man down. Ashlyn Grimm dispossessed Emma Thornton now onto the ball. She gets wrestled off of it by Isabel Dobbin, who spreads it to her left for Emma Sarin. Emma Sarin tried to unleash Claver Valdez there, but it was cut out. Douglas still have the ball, though. Now Claver Valdez gets it. And VIU are probably going to try and just see this one out in a professional manner. Claver Valdez clips her player from behind. It was Avery Henderson who got stamped on there. The referee plays it, blows it dead, I beg your pardon. And VIU get it again from the halfway line. Douglas are going to have to take their chances here in this second half. They didn't have a ton of gild edge chances in that first half. They had a few kind of scrappy, 6-yard box pileups, but they just couldn't get the ball into the net past Caden Thorpe, who, like I said, hasn't looked as steady as she has all season long. So if Douglas can find a way to exploit her, shaky hands that we've seen here, it might be to their best interest. Dispossessed by, I think it's Mary Huggle in the middle of the park. Courtney Ingram has it. Now Avery Henderson to Jada Kammerman. In the middle of the park, Kammerman's continued her run now. Can Lucy Baker put in a tackle and prevent the cross? She can't! It's a fantastic save by Vanessa Chung, though it's still alive! And VIU might get another rip at this one. My goodness me, Vanessa Chung made the save, then the ball just kind of laid there for like a good 2 seconds and no one really put a clearance to it. Yeah, that was a very interesting spell of play there, and we have now 2 players down in the box. I think it's Courtney Ingram and maybe Kelly Miata. Ingram's prone on her back. Jada Kammerman's also down as well. Just a heap of bodies there. It was Miata, who looks in some discomfort. She's a wee bit hobbled there on the right peg. She's clutching down near the ankle. Could he actually be the left, I beg your pardon. And Courtney Ingram is still sat down inside the penalty box. I think it's going to be a deep throw, and if not a corner kick, the way of VIU. I think that was the final call after everything was said and done. And good to see that everyone's up and healthy after that one. Avery Henderson now on the ball. She cuts inside on Emma Saran. She launched a waist-height ball that was kind of awkward for Haley Rogers to try and control, but Lucy Baker keeps it in play. Can she salvage a throw-in instead of a corner kick? I believe she has. And if a third goal were to flash past Vanessa Chung here, I think that might be the final nail in the coffin. As mentioned, Douglas haven't had a ton of gild edge chances here today, and they need to make the most of whatever they might get inside the penalty box. Claver Valdez welcomes the tackle of Henderson. Henderson gets the ball, but all she can do is poke it into the path of the substitute, number 16, Kaya Narcis. The men's match kicks off at 3 p.m. here, so barring extra time or PKs, which seems to be the fashion up here in Squamish if semifinals are anything to go off of. The men will kick off at 3 o'clock. The reigning champs, Langara Falcons, who brought home their first title in 23 years last year. 2001 was the last men's championship, and of course they pulled the trigger on that one last year. They're looking to go for back-to-back champions for the first time since the millennium, 2000. They're coming up against Capilano men who overturned Douglas yesterday against all odds. And Capilano haven't made the finals or won the trophy since 2018, so it's been 7 years coming for the men in blue. It'll be a feisty encounter. That we know for sure. But first we have this women's match that we hope isn't as academic as the scoreline might dictate right now, and Douglas puts up a good bash. Anna Claver Valdez forces Mary Nichols into a clearance. It'll be a deep throw in the way of Douglas. Wagner forward for Thornton. She gets thumped off of it there by, I believe that was Haley Rogers, who just rocked the hip into Thornton there. Deep throw in the way of the Islanders, beg your pardon, the Mariners from the island, Nanaimo, of course. Claver Valdez, that's a clever little ball. Can they get it across now? Just offside, and that's unfortunate. That was shaping up like they might be able to create something there, the Royals. But it was, I think it was Chiara Lucarelli who just was a fraction offside. Heavy touch there in the middle of the park by Narcissus. Oh, beefy tackle there for Miata, and you know what? That might just be her evening, Miata. She was down earlier in the penalty box and wasn't looking too good at that stage of the game. That was probably about 2 to 3 to 5 minutes ago, and she's gone in for a really rough challenge there, and it looks like that earlier leg that was giving her problems has come back to bite her here, and I think Dalibor Plavsic, the head coach for Douglas Royals, just might be forced into a swap here, and it looks like, in fact, he's right on top of that one. The number 2, Talia Trasolini, is already at the 4th officials bench and taking off her training bib. She's ready to come on here. Unfortunate for Miata, who's put herself about this weekend in Squamish. She hasn't backed down from any tackle, and I think the leg has just had enough there for Miata, who's got her face in her hands now. And the physio official assistant, I guess, who is just looking over the prone number 22 for Douglas. About a half hour plus change to go here for Douglas to try and whip up a bit of offense here and really press the issue against VIU, who at the moment don't look too bothered or unsettled by what Douglas is doing out there. Kelly Miata will gingerly make her way off the park, and the number 2, Talia Trasolini, is now on. Emma Thornton's in a sea of green shirts, but she manages to squeeze through and get away with it. She could only poke it out into touch, though. She just ran out of real estate there on that far left-hand side over by the big PACWEST sign in the Capilano University, portable training tent there. Also the dormitories and the residents in the background here near the recreation center at the Capilano Squamish campus. It's a really nice little university up here, whether you're making your way up from the city or coming down from the Whistler Pemberton area. Looks like it'll be a very picturesque place to get your studies done. Jada Cameraman looking for a hat trick, pokes it in for Jensen. Jensen with a right-footed shot! Oh, that's a fantastic save by Vanessa Chung, as Jensen, who was kind of always rocking away from the ball, managed to wrap her foot around it and almost guide it past Vanessa Chung in that far right-hand post, but she got down well and just tipped it around the far upright. Good stuff there by the number 13 in between the sticks for Douglas. Jada Cameraman over to take the corner on the far side. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger, I would imagine. And as mentioned, if a third goal were to go in here, it would take something pretty miraculous for Douglas to turn around the result. VIU have been pretty steady all season long. On to the penalty dot, headed down by Hannah Wagner. It comes out the far side for Courtney Ingram. She laces it back across the 6-yard box, but it was Vanessa Chung who got to it first. Easy pickings there for the keeper, and she'll bowl out to her right. Blasted ball up the right channel looking for Isabel Dobbin to race onto, but it was head and shoulders above her. And that's a tough ask, as I think Isabel Dobbin's one of the more taller players on the park. 5'11", Isabel Dobbin. Definitely the tallest player as far as the Douglas Royals are concerned. Good ball into the middle of the park there for Claver Valdez. Can she turn herself around and pick out Emma Saran? She can't. Wide open in acres of space with Saran there, but Claver Valdez just had her hands full with Emma Thornton and company. Grimm. Aerial ball right up Main Street, a vertical one looking for Dobbin. That one's cut out. This is promising now for, I believe it's Haley Rogers who clobbered her defending player. Emma Saran sees her cross slightly muffled there, took a lot of the purchase out of it, and it's an easy take for Caden Thorpe. Cameraman trying to roll Lucy Baker. Lucy Baker stays with her the whole way. Trassolini looking for options. She kind of looked a bit frantic and panicked there. Eventually she just plays a 10-yarder in that right channel. Isabel Dobbin was the closest to it. Kind of an unforced error there, unfortunately, by Trassolini. And now VIU might have a chance to break here. Oof, that's a robust tackle by, I think it was Buckle. Ball into the area now looking for Valdez. That one's knotted away by Nichols. And Isabel Dobbin, who almost leaned a shoulder there into Mary Huggle, has to watch herself, lest we forget. She was the first booking of the match. I think I made a mistake and said that the number 15, Erin Jensen, was the first to go in the book. It was actually her counterpart, opposite striker Isabel Dobbin, who went in for a little bit of argy-bargy in that first half. Douglas men's teams sticking around to support the Douglas women as well. Philippe Capek and Matteo Falcone just down below me. Of course, all-star nods for them, for the Falcons. Unfortunately, in a losing effort yesterday against the Capilano Blues, who will play in the finals today against Langara at 3 o'clock. Men's style, that is. The women's final, about 30 minutes away here, and VIU look like they're comfortably in control and haven't really conceded anything too earth-shaking here against the Royals in this second half. Jensen has to kind of play around the referee there. Dillabo gets it. Ball headed back towards her own net by Haley Rogers. Thankfully, Erin Jensen wasn't close enough to race onto it. Claver Valdez wallops Mary Huggle there. And the ball breaks for the Royals defense. Vanessa Chung has played Trassolini into a bit of a spot here, and now the VIU Mariners, I beg your pardon, might come away with it. It's Wagner. Back for Huggle, who tried to uncork one from probably about 20 yards out, I beg your pardon. That's charged down. It lands on the foot of Cameraman in this right channel. She's going to take on Lucy Baker. To her right foot, could she get in a cross? Cameraman, she does. It's a good one! Headed over the bar. No, it was actually dealt with cleanly by the defense, but I think it was Katie Buckle. All she could do was just nod it back out where it came from. It will be a corner kick near right-hand side now for VIU. About 27 minutes plus change ticking down on Douglas, and their chance at getting one hand on the trophy here. At the moment, the Mariners firmly in control. Cameraman. into the 6-yard box. My goodness, that's a stooping header there from Mary Nichols, who just threw herself at it like a Scud missile. She was a ball widths away, or that's probably another goal for the number 7 in defense. 3 goals so far, and I know for sure one came from an absolutely scintillating free kick on Langara's home park, as I was behind the mic for that one. So Mary Nichols almost added a header to her tally. That ball comes out, and it'll go the way of Douglas. Substitution upcoming. It'll be for the Mariners. Emma Thornton will come off. And unfortunately, no numbers on the front of the kits for VIU, unlike Douglas. So we'll have to wait for this player to turn her back to me before I can identify her. It's going to be number 24, Emma Riccardi from Windsor, Ontario. And I'm not trying to make fun, but she comes from the high school named Sandwich. And that sounds delicious. If I came from Sandwich High School, my goodness, I'd have an appetite all the time. Over in Windsor, Ontario, as mentioned, a couple different options as far as where their players are from with the Mariners. Mostly from Nanaimo and the island, but they've also got, as mentioned, Emma Riccardi from Windsor. They've got Jay Dillabo from Calgary. Niobe Dark, who's from Yellowknife. And they've also got Hannah Wagner from Sequim, Washington. Just about everybody else from the mainland or from the island. But a little bit of international and interprovincial flavor for the Mariners across this 2025 campaign. But back to Sandwich High School. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully I don't get any angry Windsor, Ontario natives trying to chase me down for that. Don't want to create any school rivalries here from Squamish. Throw in the way of Trasolini now on the far right-hand portion of the pitch here at Capilano U. Riccardi, her first touch is a clean one all the way back to her left back. Now forward for, I believe it was Dillabo, if not Avery Henderson. Beg your pardon, Hannah Wagner. Good take and turn there by Ingram. She gets wiped out. It was a clean tackle, and bodies are flying all over the place at the moment. And Courtney Ingram, if there's been one Mariner who's been kind of the punching bag here today, she has been absolutely walloped, beaten from pillar to post. But she keeps on going, the number 13. And now somebody's car alarm has gone on behind us. Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you. I was worried we were going to have to call the goal with car alarms going in the background. Alarms sounding for the Royals. My goodness, Isabel Dobbin with the best chance of the match. Palmed away by Caden Thorpe. She had all time to size that one up, did Dobbin. And it's a good fingertip save by Thorpe, who I've been harsh on today. She's missed a couple corner kicks that have really put her defenders in a tough spot. That time she bails them out against the most lethal striker in the PACWEST, Isabel Dobbin. Good chance there for the Royals. Even better stop there by Caden Thorpe. Now I'm even more happy that car alarm wasn't going off, because if that had happened during that chance, that wouldn't have been acceptable. Corner kick the way of Douglas. Ashlyn Grimm, left-footed in-swinger into the 6-yard box. Unfortunately, she doesn't even get into the mixer, and that's a chance that'll go begging again for the Royals, who are cooking there. If they manage to get a goal on the board with just over 20 minutes to go here, that might have, as I like to say, upset the apple cart and just put a bit of nerves behind the Mariners, but it's their keeper who bails them out again. Good take there by Mary Huggle, who had to deal with a laser clearance from her keeper, Caden Thorpe, there, and took it down very delicately. Unfortunately, she was immediately swarmed by green shirts, and the Royals have won it back. Riccardi, once again hounded by Royals defenders. All she can do is force it right back up the touchline. The ball evades Trasolini, and Dillabo has sussed that out. She's right onto it in a flash. Can she get it across? No, she puts on the brakes and waits for some support. Now she's going to put it across. Oh, it went through Lucy Baker. Courtney Ingram retrieves it outside the area. Long range shot from Avery Henderson, who is always kind of leaning back. She lifts it over the bar into the Capilano University advertisement board behind the net. And a chance goes a-begging there. Good work there from Jade Dillabo, who just saw the ball spring free and, like I said, pounced on it. Gave the shimmy and the shake and the slip to a couple green shirts before putting in a tidy little cross. Good play there by Dillabo. She's been good today. Two-hander on the back there against the Mariners. Just looking at the body language of number 13, Courtney Ingram. She's ever so slightly hobbled, but she just doesn't stop working. It's a good bit of spirit, and it's just what you want from your teammates. And I think I said it yesterday about a handful of players, but I'd have a Courtney Ingram on my squad any day. I'd also have an Ashlyn Grimm. What a ball that was on the left foot. Had Claver Valdez been able to take a touchdown there and just control it for herself, she might have been able to take advantage of some of the options making themselves available in the box for the Royals, but now Cameron's going to take it for a counterattack right back the other way with Hannah Scott hounding her. Good ball to her right for Erin Jensen. Into the penalty box. Jensen right-footed shot. She tried a toe poke. I think she was going hard and high on that near post, but she just got her contact and her technique all wrong, and that harmlessly goes out for a goal kick. 20 minutes to go here in this women's PACWEST provincial final. VIU looking to go back-to-back with titles for the first time since 2018-19. And what a run that would be. They've won 4 of the last 7. That is including the pandemic year, mind you. 5 of the last 10. So to go 6 from the last 11, that's pretty impressive as far as a consistent run for the VIU Mariners women's program. A dynasty, I think you can call it in some circles. Whether or not the rest of the PACWEST will agree with that, I'm not sure. But when you've won that many titles in succession and you've been the top of the class for a good portion of years here, how can you not? The Mariners have been almost unbeatable in the last few years. Isabel Dobbin tried to get over Avery Henderson. It was well defended by the 19 in white. Trasolini now wins a throw-in. And of course, post-match, following this one, regardless of who wins, after we sign off the broadcast, we'll go down to pitch level where we'll do some field level interviews with the winning players, winning coach. I'm sure some all-stars and award winners as well, so do stick around for the post-match festivities before we get you set up for the men's match. We will go down on the park here at Capilano U Squamish campus and talk to the movers and the shakers of this women's PACWEST final. The men get going at 3 o'clock, barring any extra time here, which you never ever write off. But outside of that one Isabel Dobbin chance just moments ago, the Royals have had a really tough time creating chances offensively. Grimm, left-footed shot. This has some steam behind it, and it wasn't far wide. Caden Thorpe looked like she had it figured out the second it left Grimm's foot, but with a left-footed shot that we know Grimm possesses from that kind of range, there's been some beauty goals scored this weekend, so she thought she might add her name to the hat. Unfortunately for her, it was probably about a meter wide. Jessica Lau now onto the park, number 17 for Douglas, leaving number 7, Katie Buckle. Caden Thorpe with the goal kick. Jessica Lau knocked it right into the path of Isabel Dobbin, who first time tried to poke it through for Claver Valdez. She had Mary Nichols and I think it was Avery Henderson all over her. She couldn't get the ball out of her feet. Claver Valdez now has it. Ashlyn Grimm. Lau. Haley Rogers going for a dribble. Looked like she was pulled back there ever so slightly. The referee says play on. Claver Valdez now just trying to get herself free. The ball's actually broken here for, I think it's Kaya Narcissus. Taken care of, though, this time by the midfielder cameraman. Grimm. Ooh, that was almost a coming together between Lau and I think it was Huggle. Kaya Narcissus just shrugs aside Huggle and wins the throw-in. 15 minutes plus stoppage to go here for Douglas to try and, at the very least, get a consolation marker, which they certainly do deserve. Grimm plays a diagonal into the top of the 18-yard box. Pretty much the penalty arc. It's headed away, though, by Mary Nichols. VIU sitting kind of deep here. They've got everybody inside their own half. That ball almost filtered its way through to Isabel Dobbin, who had to bring herself back from an offside position to get more involved. Caden Thorpe, easy clutch and claim for her. And VIU, as mentioned, only one blemish in their 2025 campaign, and that came against last place Capilano, who themselves only had one victory. So this is why you play the matches, but at the moment, they're looking like they can't be broken down, the VIU defense. Dillabo. I believe it's a throw. No, it's actually a free kick right at the halfway line. Trasolini played a long floated ball into the top of the 18 again. Anna Claver Valdez struggles to get on the end of it, and VIU will just thump it right back where it came from. They're sitting awfully deep, and they're clearing their lines almost immediately. And I think Coach Bobby Taylor has sussed out that they just need a bit of spark. They need a bit of energy out there, do the Mariners. They'll bring on a substitute, and it's actually going to be Courtney Ingram. Bless her heart, she finally gets a rest after, like I said, I think looked like she's gone 12 rounds here in the boxing ring, the way she's been beaten up here today. It's a good effort from the number 13. She should be very proud of that performance. Now on the park, number 25, Jetta Nelson. Throw in by Dobbin, looking for Narcissus. That one picked off on the far side. Also a massive tip of the cap to the Capilano University staff here, who have spared no expense and have really done a fantastic job to make this a great weekend of provincial soccer. I will say Chris Rayside, Brent Mudis, helping out on the media side of things, have been absolutely fantastic. One thing I will say about Chris Rayside is, though, he's wearing shorts here this weekend, and I don't know, that's a bit dodgy. Almost 1 degree weather, 2 degree weather. The man must be amphibian-like or cold-blooded. How can you wear shorts in this kind of weather? I'm just kidding, Chris, if you're listening to the broadcast. Please don't get too angry at me for that comment. I'm just having a bit of fun. We have a bit of a stoppage in play here. One of the Mariners, I think it was Jade Dillabo, actually ended up in the Douglas bench. She got shrugged off there by one of the Royal midfielders and ended up more or less on her backside in the dugout. Thankfully, she's okay there. Back underway. About 12 minutes to go here, plus stoppage time. The men's teams now starting to arrive for the second of our doubleheader here. Championship PACWEST style. Capilano taking on Langara Falcons. The men in black and orange just behind the PACWEST sign there, filtering into the park. Mark Rosardo, I see off in the distance. I'm sure Capilano University just around the corner as well. This is a home game for them, so they'll be pleased as punch to get on the park here. Emma Riccardi gets thumped over for her troubles by the far corner flag. Douglas managed to avoid conceding the corner. Claver Valdez cuts infield on Henderson. It's been a tough run today for Claver Valdez. She's been working her socks off as far as running, but she has not won a lot of her duels against the likes of Avery Henderson, and a lot of the balls played forward with pace have evaded the young forward, number 5. And this could be a real chance to draw the curtain on this one. Mary Nichols. It's another excellent cross right into the penalty dot, headed straight up in the air by Riccardi. It gets out of the area. Anna Claver Valdez first to it, but once again, she's in a sea of white shirts, and she is just not getting the rub of the green at the moment. She wipes out Cammerman just as Dobbin came away with the ball. Mary Nichols is asking for a yellow card, but Claver Valdez is just pleading her case here, so a little bit of he said, she said, he said, and then she said again. Thankfully for Claver Valdez, she doesn't go into the book. Mary Nichols, another chance to rake in a long diagonal ball, this time more central in the right channel. Riccardi chests it down for Nelson. It's cleared by Jessica Lau, though, before Nelson can pull the trigger on a volley. Huggle. Ball again in the right channel, this time for Grimm to defend. She had Erin Jensen right in her kitchen. Grimm does ever so well to just tidily side-foot it out. And now the Royals will drop to defend another deep throw in here. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage, which I can't imagine a ton outside of maybe the 2 incidents where Kelly Miata was on the deck, and I guess perhaps when Jay Dillabo ended up in the dugout for Douglas. Okay, so call it probably 2 or 3 minutes of added time. So just had my sundial out there, but as you can see, we don't have a ton of sun. Corner kick the way of VIU. Can they plunge the dagger here? Be a right-footed outswinger from Jada Cammerman to the top of the 6. I think it came off the hand of Mary Nichols, but it comes out the opposite side of the area for Jetta Nelson. Cleared, though, by Lucy Baker. Good first-time clearance there from Baker, who wasn't going to give Jetta Nelson any time or opportunity to try and shape up there and get it across. She just pokes it out to touch, and the Royals will regroup here. Dillabo. Claver Valdez has switched sides now, and she's on a marauding run at the moment. She's got options if she can switch the ball. She's got, I think it's Kaya Narcissus. It was actually Lucarelli, and that switch needed to happen. I'm sorry, but Claver Valdez needed to switch that ball. Lucarelli was bellowing for it, and she didn't have anybody within 20 yards of her, but Claver Valdez, and it's kind of been the story of her afternoon, Claver Valdez, she puts her heads down and runs, but sometimes there's options to her left and to her right, or maybe a bit of hold-up that'll just do. She plays the game in 6th gear vertically for a good portion of the match, and where there is times where that can benefit, especially on a counterattack and such, to just go route one all the time can be a bit predictable and a bit easy to defend, and I think the VIU Mariners have done a good job of taking care of the pacey number 5 and kind of stopping her service to the likes of the Dobbins and the Lucarellis. So you could call it the breakneck pace of the Claver Valdez and her brand of striking, but you can also call it very good defending by the Mariners, who have almost double and triple teamed on her at sometimes. Lucarelli lets the ball get away from her there. Lucarelli fights her corner with Cammerman. Hannah Scott nods it out. About 7 minutes plus stoppage to go here. Avery Henderson gets another chance to throw it in. Dillabo. Still going Dillabo. Ooh, she got past one, past two. She was dancing there, was Dillabo, but eventually she ran out of space. Huggle gets it forward for Nelson. And tried to pop it out wide right for Cameraman, who is in a boatload of space, and that's just the player you don't want in a boatload of space is Cameraman. Cleaver Valdez, good job there to win it back. Lucy Baker over to take. Dobbin rolls her player, but Cleaver Valdez just can't get out of her feet in time. Avery Henderson with another throw in here. And barring something miraculous in this next 5 minutes or so, it looks like VIU will pick up their second straight PACWEST Women's Provincial Championship here. And first time they've gone back-to-back since 2018-19. And well-deserved. They've been a heck of a program down the stretch here the last 10 years or so. As I've mentioned throughout the broadcast, 4 of the last 7 titles, 5 of the last 10. And more or less went undefeated all season. Only 1 loss, and that was against Capilano, who that was their 1 victory. They've not lost to Langara. They've not lost to Douglas. They've only had 1 draw, and every victory has been a convincing one. So you can't argue with the result here. It was going to be a tough ask on Douglas, for Douglas on paper, I beg your pardon, heading into this one. They were not exactly favorites in the Vegas oddmakers book, that's for sure. They put their best foot forward here. Probably the best chance of the match falling to Isabel Dobbin here in the second half, and she was stopped by Caden Thorpe. They were seeing some love on corner kicks early in the matchup, but VIU just put their stamp on it as far as control and just clinical finishing. Jada Cameraman, let's be honest here, Jada Cameraman has been a good portion of the success for VIU, not just this match, but this season, and her 2 goals here today are the difference. Without her 2 pieces of individual brilliance, we're probably still sitting at 0-0 because VIU haven't had a ton of chances outside of the 2 Cameraman goals, which, like I said, one was a giveaway in the middle of the park where Cameraman just raced onto it and put it away. The other was a good bit of dribbling. I think we might have a little bit of a tighter score line. But that's why Cameraman has brought home Player of the Year honors and also probably Golden Boot, unless Isabel Dobbin can pop up and score 2 goals here in the death. Lucarelli gets in front of Henderson, but it just clipped off the hand of the young Italian. 3 minutes to go here plus stoppage, which I would imagine is probably 2 or 3 minutes. Riccardi does well to win the ball back there. That's good for McCarty, and she rides a shirt tug as well. The referee, and then gets clobbered. The referee's going to give a yellow card there. It's going to be to Trasolini, who water skied on the back of Riccardi there before eventually putting the boots to her just outside the area. And if Mary Nichols is still on the park, she is. Yeah, of course she's going to go and take this free kick. This is right in her range. Probably about 25 yards out, dead central, and this sizes up just perfect for Mary Nichols, who, like I said, I watched her score a belter of a free kick against Langara earlier in the campaign in Langley, and it was more or less from an identical position. So Mary Nichols will be rubbing her hands together at this opportunity. It's a 4-woman wall. Isabel Dobbin is the tallest player by a couple inches over Ashlyn Grimm, and she's the furthest right. So if it's going to hit anybody, it's probably going to hit here. Here comes Mary Nichols. She got way underneath it. She ended up going for the opposite side, and it was probably a good 10 feet high and wide. So very uncharacteristic from Mary Nichols, who I know I sound like her agent this matchup, but doesn't usually get free kicks like that wrong. We can forgive her this time, I think, as time's ticking down on a 2-0 result here for her club. There's one gentleman just off to our right who has a 5-gallon paint bucket, and let me tell you, he is getting his workout in today. He has been pounding that thing nonstop. Ball over top, looking for Claver Valdez. Isabel Dobbin flashes in to get a piece of it. It keeps it alive for Lucarelli. Cleared only as far as Lau as a first-time left-footed shot. She was wrestling, I think it was Jetta Nelson off of her as she unleashed that left footer. It would have been a spectacular goal had that gone in. But all she could do, Jessica Lau, was guide it wide. We're into the 90th minute now, and like I said, I think it'll probably be about 2 to 3 minutes of added time between the Kelly Miata stoppages as well as Jay Dillabo getting thumped into the Douglas bench. Ball over the top, looking for Jensen. She's just obstructed by Lucy Baker long enough to allow Vanessa Chung off her line to clear that one. Mary Huggle wins it down. The second piece comes off Ashlyn Grimm, and she plays a bit of keepy-uppy to herself. Wow, 4 minutes of added time, so I've seen wilder things happen. If Douglas can go ahead and claw a goal back, that might just put a bit of doubt in VIU's mind. They need to get all their bodies forward they can muster. The Royals, no point in sitting back now. Ball over the top for Dobbin. It's a well-weighted one. Can she get on the end of it, Dobbin? She's busting a gut to get there. I think she crossed into a different time zone. She's won the corner kick. Good play there by Dobbin, who I think it would have been a lot to ask for her to put the ball or put her foot on the ball, hold it up, and wait for support. She does the right play, plays it off the shins of the defender, and now she'll get her support with Ashlyn Grimm able to take this free kick on the left-hand side. I beg your pardon, with the left foot on the right-hand side. Left-footed in-swinger from Grimm to the top of the 6-yard box, headed down. Lucy Baker was the closest to it. All she could do was watch it flash past her and cleared by Jensen. Vanessa Chung lifts one into the penalty box. It's over the head of Dobbin and cleared. Cameraman attempts to side foot it to her teammate. Hannah Scott now has it. Valdez takes a touch inside. Good play there from Valdez. She tried to take another one, Valdez. Still with it, though. It's scrappy play in the middle of the park. Jessica Lau. Woo! Emma Riccardi, or beg your pardon, it was Jetta Nelson who flew in for a tackle there, and that was robust, to be polite. Anna Claver Valdez pushed over from behind Erin Jensen. Yellow card there for Claver Valdez, just for throwing the ball back at Jensen. This might be the last real chance here for Douglas to try and upset the apple cart, as I like to say. It'll be Ashlyn Grimm, left-footed. She's usually mint from this distance, and unfortunately she drops it short to the top of the box. Right-footed shot by Trasolini. I don't know if it took a deflection or not. That chance goes a-begging, and that might be it for Douglas's provincial championship hopes here in 2025. They might have to wait another year. 2023 was the last time they were able to hoist the trophy as part of that double winning squad alongside the Douglas men. And the VIU support very loud to my right here, and they've got every right to be. They've made the long trek from the island, and they've played an absolutely magnificent season this year, the Mariners. Plenty of plaudits, plenty of awards, the most all-stars amongst the women's PACWEST division. And now they'll have the silverware to back it up for the second straight year. Ooh, and that comes off Avery Henderson's face. Nelson steps on the ball. Cameraman has it as well. That'll be a throw in the way of the ladies in white. Probably about a minute and a half here to go before VIU can begin their celebrations. Ooh, there's a beefy challenge from Jessica Lau, but she got all ball, and Douglas have a chance to break now. It's Lucarelli who has it in this left channel. She gets past Henderson, cuts to the inside, tries to feather one in for Daub, and it cleared 2 lines of defense and almost got there. But good lost-ditch block there by, I believe it was Mary Nichols. Trasolini, I beg your pardon, Narcissus in the mix now, trying to win the ball for Douglas. Dobbin riding the tackle of Dillabo. That was a healthy duel. Scott. Lau. And that is the full-time whistle, and the VIU Mariners are back-to-back PACWEST Women's Provincial Champions, and deservedly so after going 8-1-1 on the season, only dropping 1 game through the regular season. They win the bye, and they do the business against a very plucky Douglas squad who needed PKs to take home the semifinals against Langara, and maybe it just took a bit of steam, a bit of the legs out of the ladies in green. They put up the battle, they put up the bash, but unfortunately, despite a couple chances, they just couldn't beat Caden Thorpe in the VIU net, and the Mariners will go back to the island with another trophy in their case. Their 6th title over the last 11 years, 5 over the last 8. And these Mariners are becoming a real dynasty here in the PACWEST as far as the women are concerned. We knew it was going to be a tough ask for Douglas on paper entering this one, as more or less VIU held every record against them, whether it was head-to-head or who was their best in their last 5 matches or the regular season or going back to playoff records. VIU had every box ticked coming into this one, and it was their player of the year, Jada Cameraman, who scored both goals. She proves her worth once more, and she lifts her club to a 2-0 victory, and as mentioned, the 2025 CCAA PACWEST Women's Provincial Championships. Just before we let you go and head down to pitch level, we'll remind you of the All-Stars on the women's side. Jada Cameraman, of course, VIU's Player of the Year and the PACWEST Women's Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, Mary Huggle from VIU. Coach of the Year, Bobby Taylor from VIU. Mary Huggle also getting an All-Star nod. Mary Nichols on the All-Star squad. Emma Thornton, as well as Caden Thorpe. Elsewhere, Ashlyn Grimm and Isabel Dobbin, respectively for Douglas on the All-Star squad. For the semifinalists, Langara, Ava Giovinazzo, and Caitlin Bonazou. And the 4th place club, Capilano, who are the hosts today. Unfortunately, they didn't participate for the women's side. Lauren Gray and Sophie Pather get nods for their contributions this season. My name is Corey Basso. We'll take a very quick break. In fact, it won't be quick. It'll probably be about an hour before we get you set up for the men's encounter. 3 o'clock, the Langara Falcons, looking to become back-to-back champions for the first time in over 20 years. They'll meet the home club, Capilano Blues, who are looking to hoist the trophy in their first appearance in the finals since 2018. Once again, we'll sign off here from the broadcast location. We'll go down to pitch level, where we'll have presentations, medal ceremonies, and so much more. But do tune in for the men's gold medal match. That's coming up at 3 o'clock.
We'll begin the awards ceremony now, and we invite Capilano Director of Athletics and Recreation, Val Thomas, to present today's players of the game. The players of the game are from Douglas College, number 21, Lucy Baker.
Not a bad idea.
And the player of the game from the VIU Mariners, number 3, Jada Cameron. Now it is time to announce the Tournament All-Stars for the 2025 PACWEST Provincial Championship. Players, please join us at the scores table for your award and remain with us for a group photo at the end. Our Tournament All-Stars. First top goalkeeper from VIU, Caden Thorpe. Our top defender from VIU, Mary Nichols. Our top midfielder for the tournament from Glengarry College Falcons, Aaron Bando. And our top forward from Douglas College, Isabel Dobbin. And the tournament most valuable player from the VIU Mariners, number 3, Jada Cameron. And could we have all the players just named to the Tournament All-Star team back to the scores table for group photos? Now to present the silver medals, we invite Douglas College's Director of Athletics and Recreation, Brian McLennan, and the Manager of Athletics and Recreation Operations, Mark Sloan. And now your 2025 PACWEST silver medalists. Starting with number 1, Estelle Gonzalez. Number 2, Talia Trasolini. Number 3, Georgia Dalrymple. Number 4, Justina Parks. Number 5, Anna Claver Valdez. Number 6, Sydney Malcolm. Number 7, Katie Buckle. Number 8, Kaylin Chong. Number 9, Jessica Parks. Number 10, Isabel Dobbin. Number 11, Jaya Sahota. Number 12, Haley Rogers. Number 13, Vanessa Chung. Number 14, Emma Saran. Number 15, Chiara Lucarelli. Number 16, Kaya Narcissus. Number 17, Jessica Lau. Number 19, Alyssa Green. Number 21, Lucy Baker. Number 22, Kelly Miata. Number 23, Hannah Scott. Number 25, Ashlyn Grimm. and number 99, Kaya Galuska. The Royals coaches are Dalibor Plavsic, Sarah Parker, Eva Mara Rodriguez, Daniel Davidson, and Caleb Flynn. Big hand for the Royals. And VIU Communications and Sports Information Coordinator, Matt Porter. And for the Mariners, number 1, Hayden Ford. Number 2, Julie Sanderson. Number 3, Jada Camerman. Number 4, Emma Thornton. Number 5, Katie Musselman. Number 6, Nicola Underwood. Number 7, Mary Nichols. Number 9, Mary Huggles. Number 11, Maya Creed. Number 12, Ella Gignac. Number 13, Courtney Ingram. Number 14, Hannah Wagner. Number 15, Erin Jensen. Number 16, Maggie Thurby. Number 17, Niobe Darfu. Number 18, Liv Gill. Number 19, Avery Henderson. Number 21, Brianna Narduzzi. Number 22, Jay Dillabo. Number 24, Emma Riccardi. Number 25, Jetta Nelson. And number 26, Tiana Chow. The Mariners are coached by Bobby Taylor, Tara Fitzgerald, Suka Bahari, and Emily Robacher. If we could please have the Mariners captains come and claim the championship trophy and banner.
I'm not sure if those are one particular one.